This is one of the hot topics that we were discussing in the previous segment, which was that many of the countries have a historical baggage with them, especially when we look at the case of Venezuela, which has the largest amount of oil reserves in the world and is unable to move towards economic growth. In fact, what we've been seeing in the past year has been great economic turbulence. Now, how would you factor those into this discussion, those historical roots that take place, whether foreign intervention, colonization, and many of what caused this weak form of governance to exist?
Well, Venezuela did have a very successful economy until Hugo Chavez was elected. Of course, previously he had tried to take power in a coup. He was democratically elected eventually, but it was a growing economy until Chavez took over. And then, of course, he was succeeded when he passed away by Maduro. And they followed the path of socialism, thought they could live off their oil rather than have a properly functioning, growing economy. And that's where things went wrong. This is purely a result, and not of their oil, which is a major boom, or would be, to the Venezuelan economy because they have such substantial reserves. The problem is their politicians that have taken power, rule through autocratic means, have inherent corruption to keep the armed forces on so that Maduro would stay in power. Of course, he has a lot of support and won't be overthrown anytime soon. That has been quite clear from the protests and the actions of international governments to get rid of him. But the fact remains that Venezuela's problems rest with their politicians and the corruption which exists to keep the regime